Our first question is for all three of you to answer really quickly in about 30 seconds, rapid fire. How do you deal with patience or lack thereof when trying to fulfill your purpose? Let's start with Dr. Eva Benson. How do you deal with patience or lack thereof when trying to fulfill your purpose?
I think in order to be present in times of crisis, when other people are in times of crisis, I have to have a sense of purpose and stability myself in order to be present. How do I deal with patients in times of crisis? Is that I can hopefully separate myself from their individual crisis and be a source of strength for them.
Thank you, Dr. Benson.
Okay, it depends on whose patients we're talking about. If it's my patients, I take a walk. Very, 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 very much recommend a walk if you're impatient. No, the challenge of not getting through to someone who is in stress or crisis or what have you, to me, is to find the one thing you can agree on. Because if you can't communicate, then nothing's going to happen. So you have to actually establish the communication on something you can agree on, some part of their reality that you can meet so they can talk about it, and you can take it from there. And it's a step-by-step process.
Thank you. Nate.
Well, patience that's the name of my profession. I teach mathematics to special needs students in high school. And even just teaching general mathematics to the general population is a very difficult activity. How do I keep my patience? Well, first I have to say it's based on my faith and my belief system, which says if I'm living for the sake of others, I am fulfilling my purpose of life. And knowing that I'm fulfilling my purpose, even if some immediate gratification is not coming back to me, or praise, or thank you, or my students learning the content. And that's very simply how I do it, rooted in faith. I know what I'm doing are good works, and keeps me very peaceful and calm in that, and allow me to do my teaching special needs students mathematics for the last 20 years.
Thank you, Nate.
Maybe
That was
20
great.
more.
This question is for Tim. What type of hope can you offer poverty-stricken people who struggle just to find food?
That's a tough question. So that means, here's the thing. To me, if you've got a hungry family, they have to find food. But there's so much need in this world of whether it's medical, whether it's basic water and food, shelter, basic human rights. What we all have to figure out is at what level can one be effective to bring about change. Yeah, I could put an American Express card down and get that guy a meal. Or if I did that, I'd spend the rest of my life trying to feed families. But if I can work at a higher level so that the struggles of the world can be alleviated on a long-term basis, that to me is the greatest good.
Great answer. Thank you. Dr. Eva, similar tough question. If someone has cancer stage 4 and is potentially facing death, how can you give hope or peace of mind to that person?
I think the best I can do is engage them to inspire them, inspire them to realize the shortness of life and what their purpose and values in life are. That still the quality of life is dependent on the choices you make in most cases, and how the resources and the perspective that you have maybe is the best answer. Some people, for whatever reason, only have maybe 20 years in this lifetime, but yet if they can make those 20 years count in a way that helps other people and that brings purpose to those 20 years, they might actually accomplish more than someone who has 80 years in this world. So it's not really about the length of time, it's about the focus and the purpose that you give to the days accounted to you.
Great answer, thank you. For Nate, how do you nurture your high school kids to find their purpose while teaching them math that they may not like?
What I do is constantly remind my students, I know you can do it. And even if this is hard right now, as long as you keep trying, you will develop as a person and you will be successful in your life. And I repeat that message over and over when my students are frustrated. I try to teach them to be good people, not to be mathematicians or math fluent, because that's what's most important to me, and I believe what's most important for them.
Thank you, that's great. Some of us, such as myself in college, we struggle between doing what we love and doing what our parents want to do, kind of like you with your becoming a rabbi. So what advice would you give someone, or for all of you to answer, what advice would you give someone to free themselves from their internal struggle that hinders them from feeling happy, feeling joy, or doing what they're passionate about freely?
Okay, 30 seconds? Okay, there are many things I could say, but if one is feeling low, if one is feeling less than whole, if someone's feeling invalidated or somehow misunderstood, I would look for where that's coming from, because in my experience, that is not internal. That comes from other people suggesting that to people. That comes from those that are not necessarily holding the best interests of you to survive and to find your own way. So again, it's a short answer because I have a short amount of time, but that's just one little tip I would give you. And these are not necessarily people who you're going to spot right away, but look for the sources of invalidation in your own world, your environment.
Great, let's have Dr. Benson extend on that.
I would say happiness is living in the moment, having the capacity to live in the moment and to appreciate the little things in life, like taking a breath of fresh air, like taking time to smell the roses, like appreciating the people that love you and care about you and not getting caught up. So happiness is one moment at a time. I can be happy in this moment even though I still have desires that are unfulfilled, or even things that I still want to accomplish in life that are not going my way, but yet I choose happiness in this moment and in this period of time.
Thank you. Nate?
Yes, I would tell the child to love, honor, cherish, trust your parents, and follow your own passion. And parents, what they want most for you is that you're happy and fulfilled in your life. And what they want to help you avoid is making mistakes and things that are going to cause you pain. I'm a parent, and my daughters love and cherish and honor and trust me and follow their own passions. And sometimes they make mistakes and it leads them into pain. I don't like to see that. But that's how we learn. And then we make our decision. Sometimes our parents were right in the beginning, sometimes they're wrong. But as you follow your passion, it will lead you to the promised land, into your kingdom of heaven.
Thank you. That's all of the questions we have time for today. Thank you for our panel. Thank you. Let's give them another hand for being our panelists today. On behalf of the My World in IT